I have now.
All right, everybody. Welcome
Session
to
12.
session 7 of Goose
12.
Goose and Coffee.
Woohoo!
If you're actually, I need to get rid of the radio. If you're looking at B20, there is an important thing right now. In front of you stand two Tarans. Just showed up and beamed a wyvern in the head with a club to kill it.
And if I'm recalling correctly, Anya, at the end of last session, scruffed non-naked Taran, because she's pretty convinced that, okay, this one is not ours.
I believe I also had the tree pick up both of them.
Yeah, that's where it ended.
Yeah, that's where it ended.
Double Taran action.
Is this when my interrogation skill finally comes in handy?
Let me down. I'm a wolf.
You also have the interrogation skill?
Oh god, yours is probably better.
Well, mostly because certain disadvantages make me better at it.
Like sadism?
Yes.
Taran is going to try to swing his tree sword at the tree.
It's not very effective.
God, I forgot he was naked, Taran.
Yeah, I feel like the interrogation skill is a vital one for dealing with terror.
So, I believe there's going to be some questions that are going to be needed to ask of both of you, and you know what? To help differentiate which of you is the real Taran, maybe we'll cut off a finger for each question we don't like the answer of, because hey, if it grows back tomorrow, we then know which is the real Taran.
Also, Nick,
My lord. Go ahead.
Nick, can I state the fact that when they're side by side, I believe they can be differentiated?
Oh yeah, they can. Naked Taran is way buffer.
Yeah, non-naked Taran is slightly like...
The buffer Taran...
A teenage boy as opposed to a stick.
You could say that the buffer Taran is in the buff.
It's true.
But yeah, Anya's just going to speak up very deadpan and say, one with clothes is the fake, looks like, based on the blood, I'd say clubbed the other one over the head, tossed him out. Because this one, and she kind of like shakes his, she's reaching up to where the tree has a hold of him and is kind of like yanking him down a bit, so she backs her. So she just kind of like shakes him and his head rolls back and forth. This one, now he's afraid of combat. That don't sound like our Taran.
Also, out of curiosity, what happens when they're being held by the tree and the tree just goes back into being a tree because I don't feel like maintaining the spell?
We will deal with that when it comes time, because that's a decent amount of conversation from now.
How long does the tree remain animated?
Normally a couple of minutes, but RPG time.
Okay, cool. So,
my lord, may I remind you that they do not appear hostile. It is...
they beat one of the members of our group in the back of the head, stole all of their clothes, and have been pretending to be them.
And they stole our shit.
And I'm not hostile towards you, Lord Taran, or Lord Aiden. Jesus, that would have gotten me shot immediately.
It would have. Then why did you, as Anya put it, knock out the boy being hung from the tree next to you, and steal his clothes and pretend to be him?
I'm claiming what should rightfully be mine.
You want to explain that?
I mean, he's just going to kind of look over at the naked Taran. Just going to be like, look at him. He's been talking for 2 minutes and I've already got a headache. Why was he chosen over me? Over the rest of us?
You're saying there's more?
Oh, by the goose.
He's just going to kind
just
of squint his
rubbing
eyes
temple at the idea of more Tarans. Okay. First, reiterating as well, there's more, and second, what do you mean by chosen?
He's the only one of us that wasn't dumped.
Yeah, I'm still not hearing sufficient explanation. Keep talking.
I don't know how else to explain it. The rest of us were dumped into the Can't Minnow River ravine.
By who?
And I'm... Actually, Nick, do I know that piece of trivia?
So are Kristoff and Victor going to come over and join us?
Yeah. Yes, you do know that piece of trivia.
By the enchanter, Dolben.
And that's the enchanter at the castle?
Yes.
Well, shit.
Wait,
Oh,
so
boy.
did the enchanter at the castle make you?
I don't know. I'd assume so. Up at his little hidden watchtower above the ravine.
Yes, I'm so winning that bet.
He'd go in there late at night, and then every so often, after a couple of days, a body would just get dumped out the window, and it would be one of our brethren. Some of them didn't survive the fall, others didn't. Took them days to not weeks. Except for him. He's gonna just kind of like angle his head at naked Taran. What made you so special? To which naked Taran will reply, well, I'm a warrior. And there's just going to be scoffing from non-naked Taran.
Do you know anything from before being thrown out the window?
I don't actually remember that. I remember waking up at the bottom of the ravine, surrounded by corpses and skeletons.
Well,
It's
so
very
we're going to need to
concerning
have
when you
another talk with this enchanter. Though,
like I said, I was the only one. I was only taking what was rightfully mine. I had to watch him for 4 years, be the perfect golden boy up in the castle while I was out in the woods practically starving.
So were you the one who talked to the Fae?
There's no fae in these woods.
That ain't what he was asking.
I've never spoken to a fae.
I'm going to describe the individual that needs it. Oh, right, detect lies, yeah.
Yeah, everyone can roll detect lies or body language.
I believe he's really good at this, so we're probably all going to fail, but...
Yeah, Nick, would you mind rolling for me?
I am rolling.
Thank you.
Remind me again what that defaults to.
Perception
IQ
or
-4?
IQ -5.
5. Lovely.
Yeah, detect lies is hard.
Pass by 2.
Fail
He's
by
telling the truth
7.
as far as all who can tell.
Passed by 0, which that's nothing new.
Yeah, I'm going to take the moment then to describe the Fae that I believe he talked to. Or I'll describe the 2 Fae that he potentially could have talked to.
Okay, well, what are you describing?
Nick, I don't fucking remember what either of
I
these
know
two people
exactly
look
what
like.
you're describing.
Pass by
Like,
two
there's
other
2 of them,
types.
one of which the party encountered. The other one is the person that one works for.
Yeah, he's just going to shake his head again and say, nope, never seen anybody like those.
Any chance I can roll another detect lies?
Sure, roll another detect lies.
Does a pass by 2 get me anything?
He's being truthful.
Fuck, no, that's even worse. Though,
by 2.
Anya rolled slightly better.
He's being truthful.
So,
You ever see any of your other brethren out and around, or do they only ever come flying out the tower window?
I mean, yeah, if some of them came out and it looked like they weren't completely dead, I'd try to help them out. But very few of them wanted to stick around, especially after they heard about, us being rejected, so they ventured out into the world. I'm one of the only ones who stayed in this forest.
Why didn't you just leave?
Who else was going to help them? That way, stayed?
Partially that. Also, there's a really nice trade route.
Ah, good old greed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair enough.
Out of curiosity, how is Abby reacting to all of this?
She's just standing there. She still has her sword, but it's lower, just watching this
She's not going to.
with suspicion. If it was, she's like, no, he's your problem. This is just interesting, is all.
Really, and the fact that the enchanter in service of the Lord has been apparently making people from who knows what ain't a problem that you might want to get involved with?
Well, I am just a wandering member of an order. I'm not even a knight. This sounds entirely within the realm of Lord Abel's problem.
Yeah, alright, that's fair.
Yeah, no,
Really
yes,
that.
unfortunately that is true, which means we're going to have another conversation with him, and we'll need to express some disappointment for the fact that he decided to not to leave some details out the last time we talked to him.
Speaking of Nick,
Speaking of which, can you please have your tree let go of me? I'm not going.
Has the
We-
tree turned into a normal tree at this point?
The tree is a normal tree. You're just going to need to get someone strong or with a knife to like pull out of the things.
Yeah, you can work that out on your own.
Escape artist check, Nick. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure he has
well.
points in that.
we have some other things to discuss before we release you. Nick, so the theft is definitely illegal, and I have jurisdiction here.
You do have jurisdiction.
How illegal is it to make people? Or have we not had to make a law about that yet?
So here's where you probably actually have to roll laws to magic, which Everett probably did not pay that much attention to.
Okay, I have to roll for what?
Law.
Could Victor roll for this?
Oh, Victor
Magical
absolutely
form?
could.
I think it's
Because-
probably at the very least assault.
Because I was going to say, Victor absolutely should be rolling for this.
Okay, I'm just
Well, I
I'm
don't
just gonna
actually have
go
law.
with manslaughter. We should probably have a law against manslaughter, and that sounds accurate.
Well, I mean, the reason Victor would be doing this is because, like, it seems adjacent enough to your job that you might get a bonus.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I think Victor should roll. I'm just saying that
Yeah,
I don't think I would know
What I don't
much
know
beyond the
is
basics.
what to roll. Is this job skill with a penalty?
I
Bonus
just
to-
call it job skill, and based off your successes, I'll give you more details.
Okay.
Can I roll savoir-faire command? Because it's part of my job.
No, this is definitely more law as a skill.
Pass
I
by
would
4.
have a default for.
I don't have law as a skill.
No, you don't have law as a skill, but you would have a default for law.
I don't know what that means.
I'm going to look up what the default is and give it to you off of your savoir-faire.
As
Thank
you do
you.
that, I'm going to take like 3 minutes. I need to go grab my stuff and then get into my car. It's time.
That sounds good. It sounds like the Terrans are getting out of the tree and maybe having an argument with themselves while Izzy is doing this.
Yeah.
I'm keeping
one
a
is
very
going to-
close eye on Taran.
The one that is in the armor is going to, very quickly slip out of the tree, actually leaving the armor in the tree, can slip out of that. The other one, who is naked, is going to just break out of the branches.
Alright, so I can roll job skill -4 to remember particulars of laws he's never had to deal with before.
Okay, so soldier is actually my job.
Yep. You can roll that at -4.
Okay.
Speaking of, I'm passed by 4 on job skill.
Oh, you're probably fine, but I still want to see if Ira gets it.
Yeah.
No. I failed by 3.
Yeah,
I
so
suspect-
I was just like noodling is like, I don't know if this is legal or not. I never bothered rereading the section on magic because it never came.
Or like, I know a few things about it, but honest to God, I've never had to deal with creating clone people before.
I feel like this
So I never asked.
that there's some distinct relationship here to the case People v. Show Tucker.
Oh no.
I mean, yes, there is a distinct relation to that case. Mostly, for this specific, hey, boy, oh boy, is using magic to do that massively illegal. B, it's also massively unethical. All the
I'm pretty sure we could figure out the second part on our own.
No, not all things that are illegal are unethical. See coffee.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
I was pretty sure that we could determine what was being done was unethical
Yeah.
on our own.
Even the killing of whatever these are, just creating them.
How do you even create something like this anyway?
I can think of a couple possible routes of varying degrees of horribleness.
Here's a question. Hey, new Taran. Or maybe I should say, sneaky Taran. How long's it been since you got tossed out that window?
Unfortunately, Izzy is not online right now.
Does Nick know the answer to that?
I do.
Does Nick know the answer that Izzy knows?
We can wait for
I
Izzy
do,
to get
because
back.
I'm just not sure how he would say it.
Does Nick know whether or not Sneaky Taran would actually answer the question truthfully? That's the other problem.
Yeah, that's
I
the
know.
problem.
We can wait
It's
for
just-
Izzy to get back.
Here's Izzy.
Hey,
I returned. What did I miss?
You have
Oi,
a question.
hey, sneaky Taran. How long exactly has it been since you got tossed out that window?
I mean, the beginning's kind of blurry, but if
Just
I
an
best
estimate.
guess, I don't
Sorry,
know,
what?
5, 6, maybe 7 years.
And how old was that thing you would say you saw under the castle, Victor, Kristoff, everyone else? Or is there no real way to tell since it was magically preserved?
Was there a way to tell? I don't think there was.
Actually,
Yeah.
didn't they tell us how long it had been?
Oh, yeah, they said it had been about a decade.
I'm just saying, that timeline's starting to look mighty suspicious.
Well, also, Izzy, what you missed, we consulted our knowledge of the law. It is massively illegal and also massively unethical, not only to throw the rejected Terrans out the window, but to create them in the first place. This is probably not a surprise.
This is also something I don't care about.
Yeah,
But fair.
Legit.
But fair.
yeah, Anya is obviously very bothered by timeline and potential implications. Like, she doesn't know much about magic, but she generally knows that if you're making something, it has to come from something. And given a few of the other circumstantial bits of info, like, general resemblance and all that, this is looking a bit ugly.
You, the clothed one, is your name also Taran?
Yeah.
How'd you know that? Did you just know it when you woke up, or you named yourself?
I mean, we heard it somewhere, and we all ended up taking the name.
That's fair.
Hey, Nick, also, or actually, let me roll that IQ check real quick first, but other question, do we know what the Lord's full actual name would have been, or what his childhood nickname might have been?
It's exactly what I was about to ask.
Yeah, and the other thing to check is, examine the bottom of the ravine, maybe, and see, if we can maybe determine how old the oldest skeletons down there are.
I mean, I can tell you at the very least that I know I wasn't the first.
Well, we know that. We're at...
Yeah, but we want to know exactly how long this has been going on. And Nick, would it be savoir-faire or some knowledge skill to know what Lord Alexander's full name is, and potentially what Lord Alexander's childhood nicknames or whatever were?
That would be, savoir-faire for... Is savoir-faire or area knowledge? You can roll either one.
I actually have savoir-faire, so I'm rolling that one.
Oh, well, no.
Hey, at this
Failed.
point we have pretty clear knowledge that Victor knows spooky dead people, magic, and character, yes?
Yeah, probably.
Considering that he, is part of the Earth Movers Guild,
Well, there's knows about it, and then there's knows it.
Fair.
Yeah, but I want to confirm things that we agreed we weren't going to say in front of Taran.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I feel like this question might be okay. Victor, do you know how long it would take for someone to become a skeleton in this environment?
From natural decay, I could probably throw out a number for that, Nick.
Because if there
Oh,
were
yeah.
skeletons down there, that would give us at least a.
Yeah, that's why I wanted
Well,
to check.
but telling how long they are that they have been there as just a skeleton, that's much harder.
Yeah, we're just trying to get an idea of if the timeline is shorter, if there's a chance of it lining up.
Yep, Victor can easily do that if he finds the skeletons. That's well within your job skill with bonuses.
Excellent.
And for those who passed it, Lord Lloyd Alexander, the name Taran is nowhere around his name.
Knew it. Lloyd Alexander is the author of the Chronicles of Prydain, which is the series of books that includes the Black Cauldron.
Oh my god. Well done.
Of course.
proud You got that, thank you. That was
I'm
nice.
impressed.
That was a
That's
little
good.
good.
I actually read them as a kid.
Oh, nice.
Then you should have recognized all the characters that are in the castle.
So it's been a really long time. Kid is the operative word. I think I might have been 10.
Fair.
Anya turns to a sneaky turn and is just like, and is all this talking still going on every few days, or has it stopped at all?
It stopped when Golden Boy came.
As in, he was the last one, or when he came back?
No, the day he showed up at the castle is there were the watchtower was almost completely abandoned. Was very rarely used after that point.
And nothing resumed when he was off in other areas?
No.
What the hell?
So whatever they were trying to do, they pulled it off.
Or they just realized it was impossible.
And why keep one around at all if that's the case?
Maybe he saw something.
What were they trying to do?
I have a very other than probably being wrong about the name origin, I have a very good idea of what they could have been trying to do.
Me too, and we're not going to talk about it here.
Yeah.
Both Tarans are going to narrow their eyes. The naked one is going to be like, why? What were they trying to do? I don't understand.
The various plans that we're gonna stop.
Does anyone have a sleep spell or something?
Are you my brother?
Oh no!
I have silence, not sleep.
Naked Taran is going to try to hug this other Taran. He's just be like, don't touch me.
In the meantime, what are we going to do with the thief Taran?
So, let's see. We could either have him tried in the nearest town, we could do a trial for him here, or we could throw him back at Lord Alexander's castle and just make him the problem for the magistrate there for them to decide what they're going to do with.
I'm inclined to decide to stay after we figured out what the hell's going on here. I don't really want to let him wander off before that.
So we bring him back to the castle and just have him be held in jail on suspicion of larceny until we figure things out.
You guys do have a... if you didn't forget from Abby, we also do have an army of barbarians on the border.
Yep, we're not actually done here.
Well, they were upset by the wyvern, so we go tell them that the wyvern is gone and they can return to business as usual.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
a lot
but-
more. There's a lot more wyverns up there, Sir Eirik. Believe me, I saw them. I only managed to kill like this many of them. Taran holds up fingers.
I'm really glad I can tell them apart when they talk. That makes things a lot less confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we're planning on killing every wyvern. And though we could try to tell, we could also tell them that the wyverns are probably going to calm down and try to negotiate with them if it's possible to actually arrange a negotiation.
You're gonna try to negotiate with dragons?
No.
No, one, those are wyverns, not dragons. There's a very big difference.
You're fighting a losing
And
battle.
two, we're negotiating with the barbarians, not the wyverns.
Is the smart Terran also confusing dragons with other things?
No, this is all Naked Taran.
Okay,
Smart Taran correctly called them wyverns.
okay,
This
that's
the,
good.
The clothed Taran is going to look at him and just like groan under his breath. How are you this stupid?
We don't know.
We've been asking this for months.
In all honesty, I think he was the one dropped out of the tower.
I mean, by the time I was your age, I was able to, fend for myself and figure shit out.
Wait, is second Terran like a young adult?
No, they look about the same age. Just
But they
very.
Exactly.
Oh, actually, no. Some looks a lot older, but you could probably prove that to very rough lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah, he looks worn from, surroundings. He doesn't actually physically look older. Because of that one thing they both have, Nick.
I know.
Okay.
Is it regeneration or
So many secrets. We're not.
no?
It's something else.
Oh,
do
fuck, I have
not
an idea
give
on what he
Aiden a
has.
reason to chop people's fingers off.
But yeah, no, you've already heard how old he claimed to be.
Like 10 years old when he got dropped out of the tower.
6 or 7, actually.
6 or 7 years old for when he got dropped out the tower, which means that Taran is theoretically only like 5 years old.
Or
That explains so much.
And yet it really doesn't.
Nothing makes sense.
I'm going to point out, I just rolled 30 geese.
Aiden, you know a lot about the Fae, right?
Yeah?
Can they mess with people's memories?
Well, we already discussed the possibility when we were thinking it was this Taran who made that contract, that as part of his contract, he exchanged his memories of having made the contract.
Right.
It's hard for them to mess with the memories without a deal, but it's doable. Just really goddamn hard if they don't have your approval.
It seems incredibly stupid.
Was that the cloak, Darren?
You guys can hear the difference in how I'm changing my voice for these, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you also have a little bit of a other thing going on.
Yeah, the real thing that's not as easy to tell is when you're talking as Clone Terran versus when you're Izzy.
Oh, fair.
Also, like, unless your affect is strong, I'm having a hard time telling them apart. Like, I know who I'm a warrior is.
If you give us more than one sentence, I can figure them out
Yeah.
apart. When it's a short
Yeah.
sentence, it's a little bit harder.
Gotcha.
Especially because, like, there's something off with your mic at the moment, which I'm guessing is you're on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, sounds like we can't make any progress on this problem right now, so, let's pivot. What the hell we're doing
Yeah.
with
Abby,
the,
do you have any way of reaching out to the barbarians for peace negotiations?
Every single time they have seen me, they've shot at me. If you and Iric over there want to go become pincushions, be my guest.
Can I roll, like, area knowledge to see if I know how to signal for can we talk?
Sure.
With the barbarians, that is.
Iric can also roll soldier.
Yeah, that is probably not quite good enough. Yeah, failed by
I
one.
passed by 0.
You know what, Nick, you said that we can spend points mid-session, right?
Yes.
I'm spending a point. I passed by 0.
Yep. Both of you know the rough signs to communicate with the barbarians of, we don't want to fight, we want to talk. They're a little bit different because Iric knows them from purely like a military ceasefire perspective, and Anya knows them from a we're not attacking you seriously perspective.
I mean, if we say both, then that probably covers everything that they could be worried about.
Exactly. Is useful skill.
I figure step 1 is at least talk. See why they're out here.
Yeah. We believe it's the Wyverns, and in which case that should be easy enough to negotiate. We potentially help them hunt one or two more, and then they go on their way. If there's a different cause, we need to know it immediately, and there are way too many border disputes going on recently. Or border conflicts, not really disputes, where most of them are with the Badlands.
Shall we move to do that then?
I second the motion.
I mean, you do whatever you want. Barbarians are probably the least problematic group out here.
How do you mean?
Am I going to be allowed to walk away from here?
No.
Not for the time being, at least.
He's just going to clam up then.
You know, when you are eventually brought to trial, how well you are willing to cooperate with authorities is going to significantly affect how the trial goes.
I think it's already pretty clear he don't got no respect for authority in the first place, and you're not exactly giving him a reason to develop it.
I mean, let me ask you this. If you captured some barbarians and brought them to your trials, do they have any chance of leaving peacefully? Or do you
And it
just,
depends on what well, with the barbarians, it somewhat depends on what the end goal of holding the trial was to begin with, because bothering to capture and bring in barbarians to face trial is generally a political move that is either done before trying to do a more formal war declaration against them, or as a show of like, hey, no, we're going to do a loud political announcement of, oh no, no one was at fault, we're going to be peaceful now, to try and rile down a riled up populace after a border conflict. Like, the fact that they're barbarians means that, like, bringing them to trial is already a strange occurrence.
So is that the same for a pariah who's never been allowed in civilized townships?
Have you tried?
Yeah.
Hey, Nick.
Yes, Ricky?
Do we do delinquency hires in the guard?
Generally, only if there's a way to keep track of them and they seem remorseful.
Can I say that due to my background as being a tired team dad, I do this more usually than other people?
Probably.
Because I feel like that's why I have so many gray hairs.
Yeah, you probably do this more often than other people that actually try and keep track of them and set them on the right path.
This also sounds like our Taran is an example of this in the guard. Just saying.
I mean, he came recommended. He was not my delinquency hire. Somebody else did that to the local guard.
Yeah, that was another thing that the local enchanter or magistrate back at Lord Exalander's castle did.
Wasn't him, it was the
what
guard of the estate who did it.
Wait, what did they
Or
do?
whoever did it. Whoever was in that castle that wrote the recommendation letter for King.
I mean, I always wanted to be a warrior.
All right,
Yep,
Taran,
and
the
the
first.
major one.
Another option, and we have offered this to other people that we've run into who have attempted to join polite society, is that we can find you a job, an honest job. You would have to stop stealing, and you'd have to make a try of it.
Why can't I just get the same deal this one had?
This one has an honest job.
Living the cushy life in a castle, taking care of the animals?
Well, that ain't what he's been doing most of these days.
This one currently works for the local guard in a different province.
Why?
Eric sighs heavily and says, I have no idea.
He wanted to be a warrior, of course.
Don't ever pronounce it that way again, or I will leave.
We found the line.
That's Taran's word. You can't use that word.
That's where Kristoff draws the line.
That is where
I think
Kristoff
it's
draws
just
the
that
line.
all of us have like a flashback moment that's just not allowed, where it's just like no one else pretend for a second. We can't handle that.
You're never too young to have a Vietnam flashback.
Says the player who's had more of those in this game than anybody else.
Your point being?
No point, just an observation. So wait, I don't understand. Are we gonna go fight the dragons, or are we gonna go fight the barbarians and armies of the dragons?
We're gonna go talk to the barbarians to figure out how they want to deal with the dragons, because it's their lands that are in trouble. And you're the one who riled everything up in the first place.
Can we not humor him and call them dragons, but continue to refer to
I
them
didn't
as
call them.
wyverns properly?
I didn't call them anything.
My lord, will it help?
If I can find another
Physically
tree,
or mentally?
what are you doing?
Referring to them as wyverns instead of dragons for my lord's health, apparently.
Is important. Hey, I'll be right
It
back.
is, in fact, my job. Hey. That's one of the easier asks I've had during this escapade.
I mean, I don't understand something, ain't it? Only great warriors can kill dragons. That's what I was doing. I killed this many dragons. He's gonna hold up a different number of fingers from last time.
Boy, you're the one who got that dragon so pissed off that they started attacking everyone else more than usual in the first place.
Why are you adding H's and Y's to the word warrior?
None of us have ever been able to understand that. I don't think you're going to get a satisfying answer.
You're about as likely to get an answer as he is likely to actually stop. So, exercising futility.
Or to realize that actions have consequences.
Again, they chose this over all the rest of them.
And that's something we'd like to know as well. which is why having you around might be helpful in helping us figure that out.
As long as I don't go in irons, I'll come along willingly. For now.
As long as you don't steal from us, that sounds fair.
And
we
as long as you
determined
don't bolt.
Sorry, have we determined if New Taran has lost any limbs?
I mean, it's not like old Taran really scars, so...
We could ask.
That might be an explanation for why they kept old Taran despite his flaws.
The realization of, hey, this Taran is effectively immortal.
Yeah, I mean, that seems pretty useful.
All right. So where is everyone going?
Thief Taran, have you ever lost a finger or a limb? Had any unexplainable injuries heal?
I mean, I've gotten scuffed up by one 3 times.
How did that go? Did everything heal normally?
I mean, yeah, it took over a week, but I was okay.
Eric's gonna look at Kristoff and Anya and kind of shake his head.
If he does have the same thing, it's way weaker.
Mm-hmm.
That might be good. I mean, that's as good of a hypothesis as any right now.
Well, let's go.
You ask.
So, are we moving on from this location then to go to the closer to the barbarian encampment?
Let's.
Mhm.
Okay, let me roll something.
Oh no.
Okay. Let me now roll acting to see if I which actually I would have to roll as a penalty because high pain threshold. Okay, there's no way I'm passing this.
No.
As we all get together and start to walk to leave, there's a point where Aiden basically stops and coughs up blood for a second. And then tries to pretend that this was not something that just happened. Very poorly.
Yeah,
You are a
Anya
terrible
immediately
liar.
goes. Anya immediately goes to hover at his shoulder, ready to catch him if he crumbles.
Abby's just looking. He's like, for fuck's sake, did you get poisoned by the wyvern and goes for one of her pouches?
No, waves away, hand away, stops in a second. Tree took more out of me than I thought it was going to. Just a little bit of mana exhaustion. Or
Other Taran would like to roll detect bullshit.
Yeah, and Anya's gonna turn to Ark and be like, "You done this before?"
this one, I believe I actually get charisma to.
You do get charisma to this, but everyone gets to roll detect bullshit.
So rolling against 16, so pass by 6.
Dang, I actually had a decent roll and still failed by 1.
Aiden
Yeah,
is
I'm not
very
getting it.
good at bullshit.
I'm not getting anything off of you, which is why I'm asking Eirik if this has happened before.
I only passed by 4. God damn it.
Those of you who cast magic, pass by 4 is enough to know that that's bullshit because that happened way earlier if it were true. So first try to tell that's bullshit, but like not why.
Yeah, that sounds like nonsense.
Yep. Dave, what did Victor pass by?
Fail by 1.
Oh, never mind then.
There's no way a spell should do that to you.
Look,
Right,
if you put
so-
more mana into a spell than you have in your have available, it's going to take it out from the rest of you.
Yeah,
Nice
I've
try,
had,
boy.
Literally how spellcasting works.
yeah, I've had mana
True.
exhaustion before. I've never coughed up blood from it.
Also, that happens, that happens when you cast the spell.
So now that both of the other casters have called bullshit, you want to try that again, Aiden? Maybe with the truth this time.
I mean, it seems very plausible to me. Don't you guys agree? right, Sir Eirik?
Say that again, Izzy? That barely
Yeah.
came through.
Lost all that, Izzy.
It makes sense to me. How about you, Sir Eirik?
Look, I can take care of this myself with my medical skills, especially if I still had my potions. Don't worry, it's not a big deal.
I'm still not hearing a why.
No, you aren't.
Now, are you going to tell me, or are you going to come back to town on my goddamn shoulder? Because I'm not going to believe you when you say that you can walk on your own.
We have horses.
Yep, we do.
Let's. How petulant is Aiden going to be about this?
And is Ira going to intervene or just let it happen?
I am pretty sure Aiden is both going to not give you an answer and also refuse to let you carry him through town.
Yeah, Anya's gonna let that one slide because, yeah, you just coughed up blood, having someone's shoulder dig into your abdomen, actually not a good idea right now.
Mm-hmm.
But, Nick, you were completely talked over while you were saying something.
I was just gonna say, I'm not sure if Eirik was trying to respond, but Ricky, you are muted.
That makes a lot of sense. I wonder how much I've said that has not even been heard at all. All right.
I'm pretty sure we haven't heard you say anything since I mentioned that Aiden coughed up a little blood.
Yep.
Oh, I passed by 7.
Okay, yeah, you knew completely that not only was this not wrong because that's not how magic works, you were able to tell that Aiden is just fucking lying.
I would like to say, Anya, could you give me a second to speak with my lord in private?
I suppose. Make sure you actually get something useful out of him.
Eric will give her a look like, I will do my best.
She will kind of share the look saying, I understand your pain. Good luck.
He's staring at Anya the way he usually stares into the void. Like, please do not. I will try.
So I guess the two of us are going to walk aside for a conversation. How many of you guys are subtly or not subtly listening in?
Anya's not being... Actually, Anya will be somewhat subtle about it because she has acute hearing, so I'd get a bonus on overhearing this.
Nick, Thief Taran's gonna roll stealth. Normal Taran's gonna just respect their privacy and be like, where's my armor?
Anya points at the tree.
Thief Taran is not going to get the chance to roll stealth. If he starts sneaking off, at the very least, he's going to get Abby's sword blocking.
Yeah, Anya's, like, keeping one eye on Thief Taran at all times.
Because he's like, I'll go as long as I'm not in irons. And I'm pretty sure all of our response at this point is, that's entirely dependent on whether or not you run.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
He wasn't sneaking away. He was sneaking towards the two of you.
That isn't necessarily better in the current context.
By the way, Nick, just for the hell of it, since Abby, puts her sword at me, just like, easy, I'm not going anywhere. And then as she, glances away to just double check everything else, something is going to go missing from her belt.
He is allowed to try that. He is alright.
Oh, please try.
I kind of hope he goes to trial because he's not going to have fun joining the guard.
As soon as she looks away.
Alright, Izzy.
Now, are you hoping that he gets a proper trial, or that he gets, this is Aiden felt forward and declared, hey, as the highest ranking noble, I'm going to oversee this trial?
The first one. I actually care about the law.
Izzy, are you home and able to roll your own dice for this?
I am not able to roll my own dice for this.
Wonderful, I'm rolling for you.
If Aiden took over the court, this would be the one time where Kristoff would be very happy to go to a courtroom.
Okay, no, if Taran is in fact going to get something, he is in fact very good at being a thief. Other people can roll observation if they want to.
I am not going to succeed.
How much did I? What did I roll, Nick?
I'm pretty sure I walked away, so I can't roll against it. So
You rolled a 12.
Passed by 8.
Okay, Chris notices Thief Taran grabbing one of Abby's daggers and just slipping it up his sleeve.
Pass by 2 for Victor.
Victor does not notice this.
Didn't think so.
Hold. Alright, I'm gonna do my own thing with that piece of information.
I love how the two of us have information on each other now.
Yep.
Like,
I think the answer is there's enough people who have the ability to listen in on an Irish conversation that you can have out loud.
okay, fair enough. Quick question. Because I forget, how long have you been serving my father again, Irek?
Probably your entire life.
Like, shortly after I was born, or before Aiden was born?
So your father and I came up together in the ranks.
Okay.
So I'm like a teenage friend of your father and we grew up together.
Okay. So, this was something that was not brought up often because it is a little bit politically embarrassing to say of the Lord, but my parents took several tries and had much difficulty having an heir, and I have some issues with my magic where it is not behaving normally because of it.
Do I know this from this conversation or from family history?
You might know a little bit from about the first part from family history. The thing of Aiden's magic not being normal would be this is Aiden admitting that his magic is not normal and not just in the, hey, I'm clearly the best at magic way.
Okay. What do you need?
And it is obviously that he's not telling you the full explanation or details about it, but this is what that is what he's going to say at the moment. Though, if you want to push more, push more.
I'm glad to know. It will help me protect you, but it is my sworn duty to make sure that you get home safely, and I can't do that if I don't know what's happening. This is the sort of thing that it isn't easy to protect you from the outside.
It shouldn't come up that often. There's a reason I know a lot about Fadales and how they work. And my magic is a little bit closer to theirs than it should be for human. Which includes getting very angry whenever a certain metal is brought near me.
Oh.
So I think we found the changeling, and it's not who we thought it was.
If you call him a changeling, he will correct you. And he might very angrily correct you because there are certain things about exactly what a changeling is that he knows about and the rest of the party won't. But is not exactly a changeling.
I was not in character, was more just making a joke, since that was one of our theories about Taran.
Do I get payback on my bet if Aiden's the changeling? I feel like no, because I was betting on Taran.
Yeah, we weren't having a bet on what was going on with Aiden. And
True.
technically, you can't be a changeling. There are many ways of why wouldn't be a changeling, one of the reasons would be that the fact that Aiden would get very upset because changelings are effectively fey peasants. The other is that you can't really be a changeling if you're not replacing someone and you aren't just a fey in disguise who's capable of going, fuck it, I don't feel like being human anymore.
Fair.
Well,
But
it
unreal
seems-
things. Continue.
I
And-
fear this is the sort of thing that will come up most in the situations where we
But
can't
yes, that is
afford to have you compromise.
Aiden is the one that was close to being a
Sean-
changeling, which is why changeling was definitely not one of my votes for Izzy, because I'm like, I would have figured this out by now.
All right. So then Eric says, unfortunately, this seems like the sort of thing that will come up most frequently when we can't afford to have you weak. And he gestures vaguely towards the north.
The North very unlikely has
Or the south, wherever the barbarians are.
the barbarians are very unlikely to have cold iron, considering the fact that, well, yes, we did just visit a mine full of it. It is generally pretty damn rare and expensive and hard to acquire.
Who has cold iron right now?
I could probably
Abby's
arrange for
necklace.
some.
No one in the party is currently carrying the cold iron. Abby has had a cold iron necklace since we've met her.
Okay.
Which is
How-
why he only hits on her occasionally, because he's not going to let it stop him, but it gets annoying.
Actually, while we're talking about materials like that, Nick, is there anything I should be worried about?
Coffee.
Right now, no.
Okay, good.
All right. That doesn't solve the problem that you're currently bleeding from the lungs.
It is only temper. It was only a little bit. It's not going to be constant. It's just if my magic doesn't have enough power for it to escape me, it will attack me. It is basically the same as spending too much magic on a spell, on how it works, but yeah,
My lord,
let
I've seen
me-
enough men wounded to know that coughing up a little bit of blood and stopping does not inherently mean that you're all right.
Yeah. Take it from the closest thing you have to a doctor here. That's bad shit. Does the phrase internal bleeding mean anything to you?
But all the blood's on the inside. That's where it's supposed to be.
Yes, it's
No.
all over the
Okay,
inside.
look, I can just eat a poultice.
I
That's
don't think
clearly going to make it so everything is fine.
Eric's going to look at Victor like, is that how that works?
No. Not at all.
Also, out of character, I went for the cough of blood rather than ow, I suddenly have a bruise or something, because of the fact that it was more dramatic. It is clearly more dramatic, and
Yes, but-
Aiden it has to be a drama queen.
Yeah.
Yes, but you're also
Now-
now getting the effects of dramatic blood coughing.
Yes.
You have activated the mother hen.
Which is oddly Iric.
No, that's in character for Iric.
100%.
Team Mom.
Yeah,
There are other friends of ours who share the Team Mom and Team Dad joke that is very appropriate here.
Wait, is Anya Team Dad?
More than you.
Yeah. I
Anya
think
might
she
be a little bit more of Team Dad than Team Mom.
I mean, Anya's team grandparent more than anything, but yeah, definitely closer to team dad. Of
I
the
think
two
we're
options
Team
presented.
Co-Dads.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Co-Dads!
You get to be part of the Team Co-Dads this time in this game.
Yes! Well,
So
last time
we
I was
have-
part of Team Co-Dad, I just didn't plan on it.
So, what you're saying is that the party has two daddies.
Yes.
No.
I
Or
don't-
one Wait, I'm Daddy, and Anya's dad.
I don't hate it.
Yep.
Thank you, Dan.
Amazing.
Your approval is everything we've ever wanted.
Look,
Wait,
if I had one of my healing potions, I'd down it. But if you just let me take a nap in the back of the wagon, how far is it? How far away is it to the barbarian camp?
I was just going to call it about 6 hours. We managed to scare them off a little while ago.
Well, everyone is just listening on this conversation.
what did you expect?
They're giving you the illusion of privacy, but you just coughed up blood. You don't get any.
It's a thin illusion.
It's a very thin illusion. The
healing potions.
6 hours is actually probably still plenty of time for me to have rested and recovered all of my magic, so I would want my healing potions back, but I'm not going to need them. I can just take that nap.
I mean, other Taran will offer you a healing potion. It is not one of your healing potions.
Well,
By the way, Anya probably has -1 healing potion in her inventory.
God damn it, Taran. I will mark that.
So Izzy, if I talk,
Aiden will take it, I guess.
So if I kind of started poking naked Taran and being like, "Hey, how does it feel to have a long lost brother?"
I don't know. I've never really known my family before. It was always just, playing with the animals at the barn and, being looked after by Lord Alexander and the people in the castle. It's nice to know I've got family.
Well, you guys
So
should
you
catch
have
up.
met Lord Alexander, you're saying?
Yeah.
In person.
More importantly, you should talk with him. Catch up, It's always good to get more. It's always good to learn more about your family.
Oh no, we're about to have a slap fight in the backseat of the van.
If you have created a slap fight where I'm going to be trying to take a nap,
Oh,
so
no.
help me, I'm turning this van around.
And then Aiden sets it on fire.
No, see, the moment where you get Aiden involved in the squabbling match, that's when we're turning the car around.
Yes. Well, cart.
because Aiden has
True.
so far learned that the only thing that he can do on Taran that might get a reaction from him is setting him on fire.
Yeah, as soon as that happens, the cart just stops and the horses start walking backwards with the cart. I am aware this is not how physics works. I don't care.
You're
Just
an Earth
making
Ray. You can make it happen.
Earth under the horses of the cart go at an incline, so everybody starts moving backwards.
Anyway.
Do you guys actually want me to RP Taran talking to Taran?
Kind of, yes.
A little bit.
A little bit.
You don't have to do
Yeah,
the full
kinda.
conversation.
Can we take a 2-minute break? I have to go investigate a noise in the kitchen.
This sounds like a good time to get dinner, as long as we're doing that.
Short break it is.
Alright. Short break. Be back in a bit. Which is, we're all going to still be our voice chat, but...
Curse you, silence of the voice chat.
Still can't believe you're allowed to play 2 Terrans. Nick, you've committed war crimes.
I mean, if you guys play your cards right, you can pick which one you want to keep.
What a trolley problem this is.
What's the matter? You don't want to make the decision of which Taran you get to keep? The one that annoys you, or the one that, is better at what you do than you are?
Yeah, because it's like, as weird as it sounds, I'm less likely to want to murder stupid Taran. It's kind of depressing that that's actually true.
Yep.
So is Aiden actually allowed to take a nap in the back of the wagon? Or is he going to be poked and bothered during the entire trip? And out of curiosity, is Abby going to keep wearing the cold iron necklace since she also listened in on that conversation?
Oh, she absolutely is. She's just been looking, like, looking from to Aiden and then back to it for a moment.
You know, I've still tried to kiss you when you've been wearing that.
Oh, I know. It's been far more useful than I ever thought it would be.
Is there something special about that necklace?
Of course, you're
Yes.
the only one that didn't listen to that conversation.
I'm sorry. Yes, it's magic.
What does it do?
Keeps away perfect.
Other Taran is going to look from Abby to Aiden, look back to Abby. I understand completely. Carry on.
She's mostly just being excessively looking at Aiden. Just like, I still remember what you did at Sentinel Walls.
I'm curious. What's it like in a ball?
Hey, anything I did at a ball with someone else, they were completely 100% consenting.
I'd roll detect lies, but I doubt that's going to yield anything.
It is not actually a lie.
Yeah, she just was like, yeah, that doesn't make it a good idea.
Now I'm really curious. What are balls like?
Come on, were any of those balls actually that fun to be at? Anyways, they are always so formal. Might as well have done something more exciting.
I don't know. It was a lot of fun to, what's the phrase? Watch a bunch of idiots make fools of themselves trying to ply your favor and it failing.
Which part of that is your
In
favorite?
all honesty, I have to agree that is pretty damn hilarious. Like, a lot of people assume that based off how I act, I am really easy to bribe and trick. And like, sure, if they want to buy me a drink, they can buy me a drink. It is not going to make any difference the next morning.
But it'll be fun while they do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I am back.
Alright. Izzy, I've sent you a message about things. Alright. We have Lord, we have Dave and Ricky.
Dave is here, his mouth is just full.
We have Ricky.
Okay.
Excellent.
So, you all head back towards town. And then there's the question of... Abby's going, so you're really going to go out and just trust the barbarians to not shoot you?
I
Well,
mean,
if they start shooting at us, we'll leave.
go back to sleep, Aiden. It's worth at least try. Look, if they shoot at us, obviously talking won't work. We'll turn around. But there are signals you can give for, hey, no, really, we don't want to fight, we just want to talk. Figure it's worth trying.
Oh, there absolutely are. She just looks over at Aiden and Eric. You might want to lose your heraldry if you want them to succeed.
So you're saying around here, heraldry makes them extra hostile?
They were especially mad at, let's see here. People think I'm a knight. Anyone who shows up wearing official colors gets shot at.
And has that always been the case? Or has just been since everything got stirred up out here the last few weeks?
Since everything got stirred up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's worth asking.
Though, shouldn't we be making peace under official colors?
If hostilities had officially broken out, I would say yes.
Man's got a point.
Somehow I don't think the barbarians really care for the niceties of diplomacy.
Yes, but if
I
we
mean-
make peace outside of official channels, there's no reason for them to believe that we speak for the group that they're trying to attack.
I suppose that's true.
Well, regardless, won't know till we try. Whether or not you leave the heraldry on's your choice. Abby, given that they've already turned you into a pincushion a couple times, might be worth hanging back a bit.
Oh, I was planning on it. I can go watch this one if you're worried about him running off in the middle of all this, pointing at Thief Taran.
That would be lovely.
I'm not going anywhere unless you give me a reason to.
Well, you haven't given us much of a reason to trust you.
Give me something to eat and you can trust me for the rest of the day.
Anya just... Anya just kind of gives him Taran's trail mix bag.
Eirik looks at that and shakes his head and hands over a standard trail ration. And says, "Are you trying to poison the kid?"
Look, I'm just saying that if the first one can eat it, the second one can too, and not everything there.
I don't think the
You know,
second
some-
one can
most of
grow
the stuff-
limbs back.
Yeah, but most of the stuff in there is actually food, so...
Eirik looks like he strongly doubts that.
Thank
Hey,
you.
actual question, everyone. Has anyone given Taran clothes or his armor back?
He's naked.
Yes, he is still,
Anya pointed out to him that his armor was in the tree, so he's probably retrieved it from there.
yes, he is doing it. Also, other Taran will reach for the trail ration from Eirik, say thank you, and then look at Anya, you know, as she's like still holding the trail mix bag, and say, I can eat what's in there. I don't want to.
That is entirely justified.
Like, on the one hand, it sounds snobby, but on the other hand, I'm pretty sure it's literally twigs.
Pretty much.
No, there's no twigs in there anymore, Sir Eirik. I already ate them all. They're a delicacy.
That's my point. Whatever's in there is probably worse than twigs now.
Oh no, I've got some mushrooms, got some berries, got some herbs, and some herbs.
Anything to plug that bottomless hole in your stomach. All right.
Oh, and I'm saving this rock. I'm gonna hold up a rock like the size of his head.
To what end?
for exactly?
Late night snack.
All right, no. Anya's going to try and basically wrestle him for the rock. This is probably not going to work.
Drop it.
What's that? What's that in your mouth? Choose faster.
I think that's an opposed strength check.
Yeah, this is not going to go well for us.
Nick, can you roll this for me, please?
No.
You rolled an 11.
Yeah, I rolled a 13, so I'm already doing bad, and that's even before we get into bonuses.
Nick, what did I roll?
You rolled an 11.
So I passed by like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I failed by 1.
Yeah, so Taran's like holding it away from you, holding it up over his head, and when you're going to try to grab it, he's just going to put it in front of his mouth and take a bite out of it.
Does he succeed, or does he lose teeth?
Does it matter? They'll grow back in seconds.
Like, he's just currently sucking on a rock.
Well, the answer that he succeeds is deeply disturbing.
That's why I need to know.
Aaron does not lose teeth from biting on it, and you're like, that's still mostly a rock.
Yeah, you see, here's the thing. Anya still has the trail mix back. She's going to just, like, kind of hold it out to the side, threaten to dump it out over the side of the cart, and just, like, put out a hand like, no, really, give me the rock.
The rock does taste really good.
I was gonna say, you don't know if the rock tastes better than what he's got.
Yeah.
Wait,
To mess with him
does
later.
Aaron hold the rock out?
Actually, does rock candy exist?
According to Taran, duh.
Yeah.
Izzy, does Aaron hold the rock out for Anya to actually look at it?
She's like, no. She's going to look at the rock and then look at the trail mix bag and just like, there's more food in the trail mix bag. She's just going to hand the rock back over to Anya.
Alright. Anya trades and then, like, inspects the rock to see if there's anything special about it, or if it's just random-ass rock.
This is the person that we get to...
The odd thing is, Anya, when looking at it more, he was like, there are actually teeth marks on this.
Nick, sorry you broke up. Could you repeat
There
that?
are actually teeth.
You don't want to hear what he said.
There's teeth.
Like, it's not a ton, but...
Yeah, Anya's just going to, like, still completely staring at the rock, just kind of, like, lean over, nudge Eirik in the side with her elbow, and just, like, show it to him.
Eirik did not want to know this.
Anya needed someone else to share the pain.
He looks like he just aged 5 years.
Also, I'd like to point out, this was probably like a smooth sedimentary rock.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was.
I hate this fact. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah, Anya's also just going to show Kristoff, because what the fuck? You seem like you will appreciate this level of what the fuck.
This is not even the weirdest thing to happen today.
Kristoff become one of the
sadly
team
true.
adults.
Anya still thinks he's one of them.
publicly.
Anya still thinks he's one of them because she still hasn't quite figured out that, oh, actually a thief yet, because of that one fucking roll early in the campaign.
Yeah.
This did
Oddly
I
enough,
did maintain
like-
this a lot longer than I ever expected to.
Yeah.
I mean, no one has asked other Taran why he put all the stolen shit in Kristoff's room yet.
You're right, no one has.
That
Anya's
actually
so
is a really good question.
It's
Anya's
because
so
we
distracted
inherently
by the
trust
rock
Kristoff.
that Anya's so distracted by the rock that she's not going to ask that right now.
Yep.
Look, we got confused by first that just there being the two Terrans, then the fact that like then the fact that Aiden coughed blood, then the fact of just like what is going on with the barbarians. There's been a lot of things. It's been a very busy afternoon.
Yes, to be fair, there have been a lot of things going on. Life has been very hard.
Yes, it's an incredibly busy day.
At least there was coffee this morning.
Yeah, after we found it.
That stuff is so valuable.
Which Terran was that?
Both of them.
It's one of the few things they can agree on and bond together with.
Interesting.
So, are we approaching negotiation time? Or at least attempted negotiation, maybe pincushion time?
Concussion time.
Alright.
If you guys don't need Taran for this, I've just gotten up, so I will.
Okay, so
go and get to my.
Yes, we do not want Taran as part of the negotiation.
Well, we might want him to be the person in front for pincushion time.
Okay, fair.
I will do
Yeah,
that, my
comes
lord.
later. All right, you're going pretty far outside of the border area that is safe. Abby has taken the thief Taran and promptly grabbed and said, "Oh, most of you come back. You're reasonably competent."
You broke up.
Abby says that she hopes most of you come back from this. You seem reasonably competent, but she still thinks this is a dumb idea.
Oh, if only she knew that we're not reasonably competent.
In the
Right.
slightest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thief Taran's gonna be like, you think they're competent? You have it incredibly.
She's going to look at the Taran and say, "I said most of them are competent."
Yeah, Anya just looks at Abby and shrugs like, yeah, that's fair.
Am I within the competent or the not competent set?
I know.
Yeah.
Because, like, I know she wants to insult me, but there's also the fact that Aiden has generally only been good at his job on the adventures we've gone on.
She just say, "You're competent at a very particular set of skills that aren't terribly useful most of the time." You very much get the. She does not want to admit that, but is being truthful about it.
That's the entire relationship so thus far is just Aiden does something and she doesn't want to admit it. That it worked.
Sometimes Eden is competent, but sometimes Eden is competent. It's just, no. Anya, Eirik, Victor, Christoph, I'm not really as sure about you. You seem good at what you do, but I'm not sure what you do. I
get that a lot.
You have a pincushion if you need one.
Yes, in the category of begrudgingly admit competence, but not say hope you get back alive.
I mean, in fairness, I think I'm very competent at what I do.
Taran, for everyone who has any social skills, is absolutely the pincushion. Yeah.
Yeah, look, we've already implied. I already implied Taran was the pincushion, and Eirik was tried to disagree with me. But the truth of the matter is, Taran will actually come back if ends up a pincushion. So Eirik really shouldn't let it should just follow along with that.
I would like to point out that as of the end of the battle, since it's only been 6 hours since we got here, Taran is still incredibly bloody.
Is it just because he hasn't cleaned up, or is he still, like, visibly hurt?
He was knocked into negatives in that last fight.
Right.
Oh, right. Because he was fighting without armor.
Yeah. Like, he's still up. He can still go for a while, but, like, he is not going to be super steady on his feet. And,
Did Victor try healing him at all?
No.
Let's correct that while we're traveling.
Yep.
Eirik was not trying to hide his intention at all with the statement that he would rather be the pincushion. The argument isn't that he's better at taking hits. The argument is that he doesn't want Taran anywhere near a hostile diplomatic situation.
Yeah, because Taran will be just like, ooh, battle, instantly.
Fair enough.
Likely to hallucinate one of them into being a dragon.
One of them?
You guys
I stand corrected.
Bloody Taran, take 8 HP.
Awesome. I will add that. Nick, can you just adjust my token?
Yep, so you get +8. Also, it's been 6 hours.
+6 as well, then, please.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody knows I have regeneration 1 per hour.
Congratulations, you're at half HP.
Good. Oh, wait a minute. Crap, I'm sorry. Not 6, 12.
Yeah, because you've been buying up your HP specifically to double natural regeneration.
It has. Oh.
You are not full.
I didn't think I would be full. I thought I would be close. I'm in like the 10 area, right?
You are currently at 16.
Of 20? Good enough for me. Yeah, gotta remember that double HP game. That's nice.
Are we doing anything else while still in the cart, or should we
guess
just
not.
jump?
We should just jump.
Yeah.
Job cut.
I'm going to assume I have done the poultice to heal the 1 HP, and I will have gotten the rest of my FP back.
6 hours later.
Should I ask if you guys bother healing Thief Taran?
I mean, it sounded like we ditched him with Abby.
Yeah, Abby's currently watching Thief Taran.
What, did she ride out with you guys, or did she stay at the town?
No, she's a little ways back, like far enough out of sight that they're not worried about getting noticed, but close enough that like she can ride up to support you if obvious violence starts.
But she was with us for the 6-hour ride to Barbarian.
Yes. She was there with you for like 5 hours and 50 minutes.
Oh no, how many stealing attempts does Thief Taran make?
She's her own horse away from pretty much everyone else, except very obviously tempted to nudge Aiden, but not actually doing it.
If she comes close enough, there will probably be another attempt at kissing her cheek or something, because even if he hasn't recovered all of his FP yet, it's probably going to be too tempting when she's trying to tease him to not respond.
I thought Aiden was resting in the wagon.
Yeah, I thought you were
saying
asleep.
resting in the wagon, but you were saying she was tempted to come over and poke.
Oh, no,
Which-
there's like if conversation happens, she would frequently listen, just look at Aiden when nearby.
Okay.
Also, that said, I wouldn't put it past Aiden to sleep flirt.
Is there a disadvantage for that?
Yes, it's called accidental sex appeal.
Because I kind of want to buy that now.
There is always accidental sex appeal.
It's much more. It would not work if he was actually asleep. His reactions are an important part of this.
I don't feel like there's anything accidental about Aiden's sex appeal.
Yeah, I think this
Exactly.
might just be sleep talking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just take sleepwalking.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
I
talk with
do
Nick about this
100% buy that he
afterwards.
could flirt in his sleep. Like, literally.
I'll talk with Nick after session about this, but now that this has been suggested, I want it.
Also, first, whatevering, everything that is stolen from Abby is just going to get left on your person.
I'm gonna say she's not letting Thief Taran get near her before all of this. Like she is riding on her own horse and mostly just being vaguely cruel to Aiden.
Even though she can't get a response out of Aiden currently?
No, it's only when he actually is conscious.
Okay. That's fine then.
Aiden's like, you can have a little bit of sadism as a treat.
Well, yeah, exactly. And Aiden gets to respond back then because it's only fair.
He's been responding back for quite some time.
Actually, that's a better question, Nick, then. If I'm not near Abby, who is close enough to steal from?
Wait, repeat, is he?
Who is close enough to steal from, if not Abby?
I think Taran's in the wagon, so the answer is Aiden and other Taran. And probably whoever's driving the wagon.
God damn it, that's probably me.
Yeah, I'm on my
Probably.
own horse. I brought Rat with us.
I have Teamster. It's totally me. Rip my stuff.
You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. All of Aiden's stuff is gonna end up on Anya, and all of Anya's stuff is gonna end up on Aiden.
Okay, I'll take
Is that including the stuff from earlier? Like,
Probably.
does that include the stuff you stole from us earlier? Or is it just the stuff that's currently on us is going to the other person?
So here's the thing. He has kleptomania 15. He wants to steal things. He has no use for most of it. He just puts it back or drops it.
So, however many healing potions were on Anya are now on Aiden, and Anya gets the 2 healing potions that Aiden had beforehand.
Let's see if that even changes the numbers that either of us is actually carrying. Okay, Aiden is now up 1 potion from where he was.
But does
Technically,
this
you
also mean...
also have a mana gem, but it's currently empty, and you have a crown that was recovered from the other stolen goods that Aiden's holding onto because he promised it to someone as part of negotiations, and then it turned out to be missing.
Where do you keep like your axe and your mace?
I'm assuming you didn't steal coats or armor.
Okay, axe, mace, and coats and armor are substantially harder to steal without people noticing.
And also, I managed to somehow unplug mine.
I was gonna say, like, if I could somehow wedge Aiden's wizard staff into Anya's belt and like do a switcheroo.
Does this also
you would
mean
be
that
rolling
Anya
at
now has
minus-
Aiden's coin purse?
How much are you rolling at -10 to do that, Izzy?
Do it.
Yeah, actually, no. Roll my disadvantage, Nick.
Your disadvantage roll is 9.
That fails.
Yeah, Anya feels the thing. Anya feels her stuff moving and just like kind of reaches back and closes a hand around Thief Taran's wrist, and it's just like,
that's the disadvantage check to see if I have to do this.
oh, excellent.
So he has to do it, and he rolls a 10 for doing so.
A 10. I'm gonna spend luck on it and an FP.
You don't get to spend an FP on this. Anything extra physical person does not have. He rolled it 4.
Well,
Amazing.
So Aiden now has Anya's sword or whatever, and she has Aiden's staff.
Yes.
Does Anya also have Aiden's coin purse?
I'm just gonna notice this after like 10 seconds. Like, why is Aiden's staff on my belt?
She's gonna.
Which is also probably going to be the realization of I have all of Aiden's stuff, and look over to the napping Aiden and seeing him with the pile of all of her stuff.
It's put in your pockets. It's not like you're just sleeping around it.
You cannot put a staff in pockets, Izzy.
Yeah, well, I can hide a mace like somewhere. Like he's using your mace as his pillow.
Okay, yes, he is using Anya's axe as a pillow, which makes 0 sense.
He's just holding it like a teddy bear.
Yep.
I assume we're just going to switch all of our stuff back after we wake up, and neither of us is going to try robbing each other.
I guess we'll find out.
Alright. Time skip to the end of this when you separate from Abby and Thief Taran, who is being put under watch during this.
Yeah, but at this point is probably when Anya notices, hey, wait a minute, my belt feels off.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the thing of just like, fuck it, I'm not dragging this axe. Why do I have this axe?
Yeah, Anya just kind of like nudges Aiden awake if he wasn't already, and he's just like, I think this is yours, and that's mine, and we might want to look at our other stuff just in case. And she kind of like glares over her shoulder and says that much louder, directed at Thief Taran.
What are you talking
this
about?
is definitely
At Thief Taran, not naked.
technically has armor now.
He says that exactly like Taran would.
God damn it, do I have to do body language on this? Because
Yep.
You get a
Damn
plus 3 to this. You get a plus 3 to this score.
okay, I do pass, but not by much.
What's your number? I passed by, I think, 3 or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I'm back at home.
Sorry, I'm...
Also, now on computer. Yay!
Ugh, pass by 0.
I passed by 2, I think.
I mean,
Can I
you're
also
right.
roll
Here's the
detect
thing.
lies?
Do I get did I only get the bonus because of armor and familiarity, or can I get an extra bonus because they're wearing different freaking clothes at this point?
I mean, the bonus is mostly due to how obvious what happened was.
Yeah.
I failed my detect lies
It's
as well,
one thing where
so...
you just feel like, well, he doesn't sound like he's lying. He might just be good at lying.
Yeah, Anya squints and... Like, it's the kind of thing where the kids are blaming each other, and it's just like, look, I'm at this point, you're annoying enough, I don't care who did this, someone's in trouble. But also, I don't care enough to punish you.
Yeah, so let's see. So this is your axe. That's my staff. Looking at these, this is one more potion than I had earlier.
Yep, pretty sure this is
And
your
these
fancy
are
rock.
clearly the slightly off. The color is slightly off. And let's see. This is definitely not my coin purse.
Yep, nope, this one's yours. And he kind of tosses it over, and also tosses over your quote-unquote fancy rock, aka the Mana Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Do you also have a crown on you? I still kind of owe that as part of prior negotiations. So...
Anya kind of, like, is confused for a moment, finds one, and just, like, hands it over with a bit of a baffled look on her face.
This keeps disappearing. I need to... If we're ever doing a before we do negotiations, I'm going to need to take a stock of what we actually have on our person, because it's going to be really embarrassing if for the second time in the row we make a deal and then I have to go back. Well, about that deal, it turns out we don't actually own that.
Well, hopefully that won't be the case. Come on, let's see if we can get him to talk. So, Anya, as they're starting to get an eyesight, is definitely doing the, hey, no, really, we're not here to fight, we just want to talk stuff.
Alright. I would like social roles for people who are trying to communicate this. Body language applies at no penalty.
Does detect lies apply? And should I be using persuade? Should I be using...
Specifically...
Can I use gesture?
Body language and... I know no one has this, but Savoy Fair Badlands apply at no penalty. Everything else has a variable penalty based off which skill you choose to roll.
We can hear you, Ricky.
Even gesture?
Gesture also works with no penalty.
Hey, pass by 1.
I'll
that's
let you guys signal, probably, because I don't really have a good let me just shout across the entire area, because I don't have gesture or body language or savoir faire.
The answer is let the people who actually know it personally do it.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's some gestures you can make from across the clearing,
No!
and have it be taken very, very clearly.
Yeah, I'll do negotiation when we're actually up front and talking in negotiation. Trying to shout across a battlefield does not sound like it will go well.
Mm-hmm.
Brig food!
So...
Alright, so with the pass, you do in fact get your message across. You eventually get a message back saying, that is roughly, we're willing to talk with a flag, but they're still coming up to you with an armed contingent, for you are all very obviously armed.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like, it's enough that if you decided to fight, it would probably be your loss, but not like the army is riding up. Like a guy with 7 or 8 horsemen.
Yeah, there's probably ways we could take that in a fight.
Oh, there are, but it's like...
We would not. We would definitely take casualties.
Mm-hmm. And the leader who is pretty obvious because he has the best equipment and the fanciest helmet.
Like you do.
Yeah, hold on.
Can you say that again? You broke up for me.
He eventually calls out, the leader who has the fancy equipment goes, "I am Aaron, son of Yora. You claim that you want to speak. Send your speaker forward."
I am assuming that I am the best suited for this, unless you believe you have enough specific area knowledge and knowledge about this tribe that you'd be able to do better.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but if we're only allowed one, I think you're the best choice.
Very well. I will step forward and announce myself. I am Lord Aidan Callahan, and I will be representing these people and the nearby towns.
So he is going to ride forward from his men to, basically, there's going to be a big, fairly open field where he rides forward a reasonable amount and you ride forward a reasonable amount, but everyone is still in hearing distance.
Yep. We've both separated away from our armed men, but we're not so far away from the armed men that they won't notice if one of us is being blatantly threatened or attacked.
Exactly.
Do they get grumpy if I try and come with?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they will
Yeah,
get grumpy if you.
The instant Irik tries to move forward, Anya just tries to grab the reins on his horse and just be like, "Nope, you don't want to do that."
Irik has the Savoy affair to know that this is actually a common way negotiations work. Is the people who are talking close enough to each other that they are obviously at risk as a show of good faith.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a good idea.
I mean, we know.
We could get slaughtered by a barbarian army instead, if you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
I let Anya stop me. I'm not gonna go over there. I just make them move too.
Plausible deniability. Good plan.
Always. Plausible deniability is always the best plan.
One might call it
The various
plan.
ways we identify which Taran is the one talking, and when terms are like plausible deniability are used.
I'm sorry.
I'd assumed that was Izzy.
No, that's totally the other Taran.
Yeah, I think if the
Who
word
is
has more
that
than
was
out of
Izzy too.
earshot.
if the word has more than 3 syllables, it's thief Terran.
I'm a warrior.
That's
Warrior 3 syllables.
No, warriors
Yeah,
two
more. That
syllables.
said more than 3 syllables.
Oh.
Yeah, remember he can't count.
That's also true.
Why are you going to make me politely defenestrate myself?
There's not even a window nearby to do so with. You'll have to build a window to politely defenestrate yourself through.
Polite defenestration, the best form of defenestration. But he says,
That could be arranged.
"All right, Lord Aiden, your people have stolen from us, insulted our ancestors, defiled our lands, and we seek retribution. What do you have to say?"
I would like to know exactly which lands you believe are defiled and which things you have believed to have been stolen from you by us, and would say that the the blatant amount of aggression you have been dealing while refusing to allow less knowledgeable in your ways messengers to come through to come and try to escalate the situation has been been a rather bad show of faith. But I believe we can still talk and move forward through this peacefully.
Oh, Anya's face palming so fucking hard.
I'm going to be trying to get him to list out the actual incidents so I can have an idea on whether or not there's something that were actually done by the villages, or if I have some other suspected suspects. That's not a great way of saying things.
No, I know what you meant.
For what happened.
So
And yeah. Go ahead.
he looks incredibly offended by this.
It was more the way you said it than the, which, you know, Aiden.
Yeah, Aiden, and he started with accusing me, so I'm going to start with accusing him.
Aiden for best negotiator.
Aiden for I have barely enough skill to recover from this. But fuck it, I'm not going to start from a place of weakness.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to try to intimidate the person into taking a worse deal at the start, sure, we can play that game.
Yup.
Aiden...
Go, Sean.
Yep, Aiden is just like the Theta... Yeah, so... Basically... Yeah, can I get him to say anything about what the incidents he's referring to?
This is it. For every year of my life, your people have come to our towns, to our cities, stolen what little we have, under guise of fairness and trade. They have come to our sacred sites, defiled the graves of our ancestors, and I have spoken to the spirit of my father's father's father. And he demands blood for this insult.
Okay. I'm trying to think, because this is a very different situation than what we were told we were coming into, but do I have any good information on what would be going on with these areas if he's saying that he's been cheated out of trade deals, or that various graves have been being defiled and sacred lands have been being defiled?
Yes, that happens all the goddamn time.
Yeah, but actually, right, this is the Badlands.
Oh yeah! Yeah, you totally do that all the time.
Definitely. Well, I don't personally do it, but plenty of people do it. I try to stay away from the Badlands.
Sean, remember the intro thing that involved Dave, you, and me?
Yep, I'm remembering that now.
Yeah.
Though I think that was in a very different territory, so I would assume that it is a completely different lord.
This is in fact true, and you have the area knowledge. This is a completely different lord, but those actions still occur all over the place.
Yeah.
Very well, I would like to then say that the people in the nearby town are probably not the ones that had been cheating you in trade, and are probably not the ones who have been defiling your sacred sites. Because, in all honesty, the majority of merchants who would be doing such things are probably going to be stationed in a place that is far nicer than the border town, and most people that go through ruins are going to. But I'm not saying that last part. But, like, I'm assuming that most of the... It would be kind of correct that most of the merchants that would be doing the various Poke the Badlands probably wouldn't have their own home at the border, right?
Yeah. Like, merchants tend to go to the Badlands when there is a really good deal that they can exploit because they need to hire a lot of people to protect their caravans when they're out here.
Yeah, so it's not the people right now against the border, and the people right against the border have way too many problems to deal with to go, hey, you know that rune over there? I bet there's a nice shiny magic thingy or something that will impress my other noble friends there. I should go rob it.
Mhm.
So I guess I would go to start with there of the fact of the nearby villages are basically innocent, and that there has been actually a problem recently about a decreased guard presence that has been leading to more undesirables being in the area that they would not be to blame for, which is true because since Lord Alexander is dead, the territory is in way worse state than normal in that regards. And that there are actually several thief bands that we've encountered. So, deflect and blame other people time.
Roll public speaking at -3.
Okay. Let's see. How high was that? Am I still getting charisma?
You get charisma, but not status.
Yeah, of course I don't get status for this. Am I getting any bonus for being attractive?
No. Because that is not relevant to the current negotiation unless you make it relevant.
Going to bump that slightly.
You could make it relevant.
Well,
try.
Here,
if I pretend to be overheated during the conversation and start undoing part of my jacket, does it look like that's working at all?
He's quite confused, but still watching you during this.
Okay.
It's not a no.
It's not a no.
It's very confused.
It's not.
That is a pass by 8.
Dang!
And I can give actually some very good descriptions of the bandits in the area that have been a problem.
Are you describing Taran as one of them?
No, I'm describing the other bandit game that we fought.
He's like,
That definitely is not situated in that town of mostly poor, unfortunate. Is it a farming community? Is it a mining community? What is it? Those poor, unfortunate farmers that would not have had any part in the runs done against their tribe and would not be able to return any of the items since they would not have them.
like. So you claim that with your decadence, your lands are in disgrace and disorder. And you've allowed bandits, malcontents, and those who should be put to death to run rampant. He takes...
Myself personally, no, but that is part of the reason that I've come over to this area and come to talk to you, is because of hearing the difficulties these lands are facing. I've come to investigate and see what can be done to help fix the situation, which is something I believe we would be better suited working together than apart on.
He's like, look, give us those who have stolen from us. We will plead them in front of our ancestors, and then there shall be peace.
I think he called your bluff.
Yeah, I know, but like, theoretically, Aiden doesn't actually care about giving him people that are completely... Aiden is not morally opposed from giving him criminals that were going to be executed anyway, and breaking their jaws enough, and then claiming they were the ones to have done this. Which is a very bad problem that I'm now trying to decide on, like, would he go for that, or is he going to try to give a alternative offer? Because I think, due to the fact that Aiden perfectly doesn't have any problem with that plan, he knows that the others in the party would.
To say nothing of other people in society.
Look, people care so little about criminals. The average person's not going to pay attention to it. The would instead try to go for alternative ways of payback, of seeing if the lost goods could be recovered, if there are things that can be paid in recompense, is if there's assistance that could be given to the current wyvern problem that is plaguing, while it's plaguing the villages, is probably affecting their territories far worse, and put these offers on the table as a counter.
Please roll diplomacy at -6.
Yeah.
-6?
The thing is, they want honor, and you're not offering that.
Yup.
Is there something to identify what would have been a more honorable trade other than the let's give them fake bodies claiming that it's honorable?
No, that is absolutely what the honorable trade in this case would be. Blood must be paid in blood.
Not going to roll another 5.
Like, it's possible for Aiden to negotiate a deal that they would accept for the loss of honor, but it's really hard.
Is there something else that would regain their honor other than blood?
The return of all of the relics stolen from them would be another one. Problem is, can Aiden promise?
Probably not, unless it was like a single relic. Like, one relic Aiden could promise, and then it will be just we go on a quest to get that one relic. If it's like 20 relics, no. Like, if there's one big important thing that has been stolen to them that matters a lot to their people, sure, that can be hunted down.
It is years of theft of graves and tombs.
Yeah. Trying to look at the other options might have. I'm going to message you something for a probably bad idea, but I want to know how bad it would be.
Listeners, bear in mind that everyone can hear what Aiden is offering.
Oh yeah, no, this is just a dumb idea.
I just don't know of any polite way to offer an idea, because it's very important that this goes according to protocol.
Like,
What's the matter, Sir Iric the Dragon Slayer? You look perplexed.
Does he look any different than he normally does with this group?
That would help, but it would not solve a fundamental problem.
I know it wouldn't solve a fundamental problem. And Dan, if it was just the case of you were never going to financially recover from this, this would be great. I would be perfectly fine with that and just throwing money at the problem. Unfortunately, I found that so far, throwing money at the problem is not going to work because they just want the various bodies.
I mean, replace financially with diplomatically, then.
Wait, are the bodies missing?
No,
Don't
they
know
want.
they want the body. They want the bodies of the people that fucked with their dad's dad.
Oh,
for the past like generation.
Their ancestors' tombs and stole shit from them.
I was afraid.
Meaning
that
they
somebody
want
had just, like-
basically 10 years of crimes against them repaid. Actually, probably more like 20 years of crimes against them repaid.
Here's the thing, you can figure out there's an amount they're willing to accept that is way less than that, but they want a sign of this being repaid and people to punish for it.
So, Do I know what they've gotten cheated out from trade?
Oh, that's easy. It's that merchants will come in and offer them things that are not actually high quality, but they don't know they're not high quality, and basically pull one over on the.
Yeah, the just regular. So regular scam out of money, not a hey, we've lost like our ridiculous food supplies or we're out of tools or anything like that.
It's regular amounts of. It is the sort of thing of what business feels really bad to the people on the losing end of it.
Yeah. So.
And like,
okay.
that's one that. Another thing for Ricky's question, you can totally go back to your group to confer if you want to about things.
Yeah, I'm going to go back because I think I have an idea of what the trade actually might be now. Of the set up a thing of they're going to be delivered replacements for what they bought that are actually of the quality that they were told at no cost. A thing of basically offering assistance with the wyvern problem and allow them to take the full amount of meat and other useful resources like hide from the wyverns killed as part of this joint hunt, and a thing of basically going to probably try to send them a few criminals that are suspected of being thieves for them to do what they will with. Like, not the I'm sending them an entire jail's worth of criminals, but like there has to be a few people in the area that are being held for enough banditry and other problems that they probably also did something against them and might as well let them be the ones to hold a trial and execute them instead.
All the rest of you can respond to this because you are now part of a conversation that does not have to go over to.
I'm a warrior.
Thank you for your contribution,
Yes, thank
Taran.
you, Taran.
Do we want to
Ira
fight
will
him?
look to Anya and
We can
say,
take him.
would it work to offer them some sort of honor to their dead that is not the men who robbed them? Because we have no way of getting them those men, but maybe we can offer them something of value for a sacrifice.
Can I roll to see if that's the case?
You may roll area knowledge.
Oh, right, these people are going to have a religion.
Yep.
That is not the goose, shouting by the goose very loudly.
Passed by 0.
So the complicated part of these are the people who are actually ruled over by that lich and have been for a century. They consider like affronts to the dead very seriously. You would have to give them very disproportionate bounty to what was stolen to make up for the insult that is robbing their ancestors of their grave goods.
So how much would be my portion of all of the like ridiculous amount of money we got from the mine?
It is enough money you would actually have to go talk to your father about.
No, from the mine.
Nowhere
no,
near
that's
enough.
Okay. Because I
Yeah.
would be willing to throw in my contribution, my whatever percentage, fifth of the mine money at it. Which is going to be a pretty large amount of money considering adamantine, cold iron, and then just high quality silver and other metals.
Yeah,
You
but
to
we don't
sell
actually
that
have it yet.
first and turn it into something useful for them.
Everyone needs tools.
Adamantine is not useful if you don't know how to work it.
Yeah, but we could use it to buy actually tools that they could actually use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Anya's gonna kind of shake her head and say, they take honor in the dead pretty seriously around here. Not much is gonna pay for it beyond blood unless you're willing to give him, like, the entire wealth of a small estate. We do have bandits who've been active in the area. It wouldn't surprise me if they've been striking out into the Badlands as well. Like, honestly, deal Aiden's proposing does sound fair to me.
I'm not sure about executing men for something they didn't do.
Neither am I, but if they were... But, actually, the bandits that we sent the local guard out to clean up, would they be getting executed?
Any of them that are caught is probably going to have a decent chance of being executed because, you know, bandit camp has been raiding area.
And that's my point, if they're gonna die anyway. Like, I'm not saying I like it, but...
Which they're ones that are newer to the area. If we find ones that have been more active in the area, we could probably actually find ones that we would have a reason be able to make a reasonable assumption that they had dealt with had stolen from the bandits in the past.
Yeah.
Are the bandits from our country? Or are they Badlanders?
Excellent question. The problem is, you definitely know that people from your country have definitely come out into the Badlands, cheated rubes, stolen things from their tombs and like other ancestral sites. Something that all of you have definitely done.
Hey,
see how Abby got her swords.
Yeah. What, Ricky?
Look at me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. See how Abby got her sword.
Yeah.
I thought that was back in our own country.
No, that was over the Badlands.
Oh.
Different area of the Badlands, yeah.
Darn it, I have done that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So, yeah, unless like someone else is going to be giving a suggested better offer, that's what I'm going to go over with and I will probably do the thing to message you about of what their obsession with blood would be doing a deal in blood of actually doing voluntary bloodletting as part of the negotiations actually be a good sign of respect to also try and boost that, which means that Aiden is probably going to also then need to then afterwards do a probably slightly embarrassing go ouch that was deeper than I thought it was.
Would that actually help or not?
Well, it would not help him. Bloodletting would be to the spirits of his ancestors, which they would absolutely accept that as part of the price of not continuing to attack.
What's bloodletting?
He would demand that, like, he would expect those who have robbed from them within the next moon, so within the next month.
So we will be doing some very serious bandit hunting during the next month to find people that probably could have stolen from them and were going to be executed anyways.
Unfortunately, I failed my honesty roll, so they will actually, if I'm participating, it'll actually have to be people who probably did it.
Yep.
You know...
Well...
You know what? Fuck it. I think we're going to have to try. Like, worst case, I have to figure out a convincing lie to you of, yep, these guys are definitely guilty. And it's not like people have never confessed to something they didn't do under torture before.
Oh no.
Oh
no.
Oh no. This is when we have to have the torturous bad talk.
Again.
Again.
Have we had the torturer's bad talk yet? Because no one has actually, whenever Aiden has blatantly tortured something or someone, actually gone about it.
You take that back. I had a whole talk with you about setting Taran on fire.
That's not really torturing someone.
I feel like we need to work on your definition of torture.
possibly also your
Baby
definition
steps.
of people.
Yeah.
I hate that fact.
But like the fact of if you got the people that were there for when we didn't have the team adults were declared Aiden is going to interrogate this guy, and by interrogate just take out frustration, and no one responded whatsoever.
Y'all, why are you encouraging my boss like this? Bunch of enablers up in here.
Hey,
And
don't
so-
let me into that.
you've known this for months now.
So yeah, going to go over and agree that like even if we have not been able to recover get the bandits promised to you in a month, we will still show up to talk to you in a month. That we are not going to do like a oath that aren't going to just betray their trust and leave.
He would accept the like light amount of bloodletting as an oath for this. That you would not just betray their trust, but promise that if the trust is broken, vengeance will be swift and bloody.
The fact that Aiden has a self-ES disadvantage makes this is going to be really difficult.
Has a what?
One big note: has any time Aiden has actually sworn an oath, has he ever gone back on it?
But yes, he will accept your oath for. Thanks to Aiden, seems like someone who will keep his oaths. Is the honorable sort to Aaron.
Well, now it is time to do some to do a little bit more wyvern hunting and do some bandit hunting. Also, Anya and Kristoff, my portions from the portions from the mine are going to go towards a repaying a loan that I'm probably going to take out as soon as we get back to Lord Alexander's estate.
I don't think we had amounts for what we'd taken from the mine yet.
No, but just assume that it's going to be going towards paying something off.
We had a rough
Fair.
alley, so yeah, we just split it however many ways, and yeah, that's fine.
I know how much money you get once you finally sell that, but
Yeah.
Yep. We don't.
exactly. It mostly depends on who's selling it and where.
So yeah, now we're going to do some. So next adventure is probably hunting bandits now.
Ooh.
Because have to find someone in the area within a month. There has to be either some there has to be bandits operating in the area because there's more than one bandit group that's operating in the area from what we could tell. The Badlands are always notoriously kind of understaffed, underpoliced. Correct term. Are almost always underpoliced. And if we get really lucky, there's going to be someone who is doing what they would consider grave robbing, and we have considered in the past adventurous archaeology. That will come through. Which I guess is going to be asking Nick later of exactly what needs to be rolled to try and find a person that fits.
Yep. There will be roles to find someone who fits for these things. But from what I remember, I'm not sure how many more scenes we have before people need to go to sleep tonight.
Yeah, I was about to point out half-hour warning.
Yeah, this is probably not we go fight the bandits now.
No.
Oh no, not at all.
Also, yes, when we return to Abby and the other Taran, Aiden's arm is going to be bandaged in a poultice. For if either of them want to react to that.
You're probably walking back and notice that other Taran and Abby have gotten surprisingly chatty with one another.
Interesting.
To him about the type of life he lived right now.
Huh.
Also, while we're slowly walking back to the group, Taran, why don't you run back over to Taran faster than the rest of us and show that you're faster than us?
I mean, I already know I'm faster than you, Aiden. You never run. You slug.
He's got a
Yeah,
point.
you could show us how much faster you've gotten.
Yeah, but
Taran,
are you
might
faster
want to
than,
run after
Sir-
insulting my lord.
What? What's going to happen?
He's gonna punch you.
Or set you on fire.
Aiden doesn't know how to throw a punch.
But he knows how to set
No,
people
I
on fire.
meant Irik's gonna punch you for insulting Aiden.
Sir Eirik the
Oh,
Dragon
that too.
Sir Eirik the Dragon Slayer would never punch me.
Also,
That's true.
you know, the fire might be not. The fire isn't an exaggeration. Fire is summoned flame in hand. Does he start moving?
He's never been scared. You know that doesn't work on Taran.
Hey, Darren.
Yeah, but if it's Thief Taran and not Taran,
Thief Taran's still with Abby.
but this Taran used 3-syllable words. Like plausible deniability.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I do not recommend setting him on fire to find out which one he is.
Hey, Darren. Is a good warrior fast?
The fastest.
Are you working on becoming a better warrior every day?
I am a warrior.
Yeah, I'm asking if you're getting better at being a warrior.
Gonna look at Sir Eirik the Dragon Slayer. Am I getting better, Sir Eirik the Dragon Slayer?
I
You
think
don't
you
gotta
should,
ask him. You don't gotta ask him. Show us. Show us how fast you got.
I think you should prove it by running over there.
Taran bolts.
Okay. Casting a sound spell and like an illusion to try and mess with anyone trying to listen in, but going to call out the fact that there's some confusion in the timeline because, like, Taran believes he's met Lord Alexander, but based off the years we've been given from when Taran was created and when Lord Alexander died, they don't match up.
Yeah, I noticed that, but we also already know that while Taran remembers people, he is shit at remembering timelines.
Yeah, but this
But
is
he would have never
timeline.
met him.
This is a timeline from the Thief Taran and the Enchanter, not a timeline from Taran.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying memories can be changed, right? Maybe he was like just given a memory of Alexander when he was made. I don't know how magic works. Maybe that's possible, and that's what he's been going off of this whole time.
Maybe he
Maybe.
has someone else's memories, because he does look an awful lot like Lord Alexander.
I think we
Potentially,
need to check
though,
out
it would
the
be a little bit
ravine.
odd to give yourself. Did Lord Alexander have a son that died early? Or did Lord Alexander's father also look pretty similar to him, and that was enough to mess with memory to make him think he has met Lord Alexander?
Oh shit.
I am not drunk enough for this turn in the Game of Thrones.
Yep.
I mean,
This is
presumably
for
there would have
Goose
been.
and Coffee, not Game of Thrones. No.
I mean, would there have been portraits of Lord Alexander's father around the castle? Would we know that?
Wait till we meet the dwarf Taran.
the what?
The dwarf Taran.
Oh, I thought you were serious for a second, and I was like, no. There's
I
you
mean,
can only have two, and there's three. We start getting rid of some.
we know there's at least a third because of the Fae.
There is metaverse historical precedence for more than 2 Terrans.
Other Thief Taran has told you about how many he saw, or did he not?
He did not.
He never
He
gave a
did.
number.
Well, you guys didn't ask specifically then, because I do have a number.
Anya
He
would have
gave
asked
that he has-
specifically!
We didn't ask necessarily specifically, but we got that there were more than just the 2 of them.
Oh, Thief Taran would have said a couple dozen.
No.
3 or 4. 2, 3, maybe 4 dozen.
Oh, jeez. Is that just the ones you woke up around, or does that include the ones that he's seen thrown out since?
Well, before Golden Boy showed up, that's how many survived.
Oh, those are just the living ones.
Oh,
Those
shit.
are the living ones. There are probably far more Terran corpses than any of us want to see.
Well,
Given his penchant for what Taran does, how many of those corpses survived and wandered off?
point is, regarding his memories, I think that it is true that Taran believes he has met Lord Alexander. I do not think it is entirely true that he actually has. Is how I would sum it up.
That seems reasonable.
That sounds accurate.
So
And I
yeah,
assume Izzy's just giggling to himself because he knows exactly what's up.
a month of bandit hunting and interrogating the enchanter.
I think the longer we can put off tipping the enchanter off that we know something's up, the better.
Yeah, we should
Well,
probably
what
go
if
check
the
those
enchanter,
corpses first.
in order to get his magic working, had to rob one of their graves? Because there are great magical artifacts in there.
We can
And
figure
we can
that
do
out.
2 birds with 1 stone.
We
So-
absolutely could.
We do have an entire month. We may want to go check out the larger crime first and go look at those bodies and see what we can figure out about this Taran mill.
We might want to check it out first, but we probably should, at least in the back of our heads or while traveling, keep trying and solve the crime for this month, because did agree to come back here in a month regardless.
The crime of the month.
Welcome to the Crime of the Month Club. This month, arson.
And
We have yet
Aiden's
to
mind,
investigate that crime.
Aiden would probably list arson as crime of the month basically every month, if this is just rating of favorite crimes.
That is not what this is. Every month it's a toss-up between larceny and arsony.
Or
Larceny and arson. There we go. That's the right way
also
to do
drug
it.
smuggling and possession.
In this party, yeah.
I forgot we were all criminals.
And you have coffee today.
Hey, Aiden doesn't actually drink coffee, unlike everyone else in the party.
Oh, I'm sure. No, Aiden's just set people on fire. That is also a crime.
Victor doesn't drink coffee or set people on fire.
Hey, I think when you're a high-ranking noble, it isn't setting people on fire, but creative, making sure people don't die of the cold.
That's Ben.
Also, because didn't have to spend any magic on the trip there during that negotiation because combat didn't break out. Definitely going to try and do the kiss Abby on the cheek and ask if she missed me.
Oh God.
Other Taran's probably going to try to punch you in the face if you do that, and she looks uncomfortable.
I will summon a tree in your way so I can still do this.
Anya has gained a new appreciation for Thief Taran upon doing this. Because
Look,
he beat her
you
to
don't
it.
need to punch Aiden, because Abby's going to be able to dodge and hit Aiden, and if you try to also hit Aiden, there's going to be a tree in your way.
So,
You are in fact not allowed to have a little sadism.
the amulet towards Aiden and let this happen to see what the result is.
If she's just turning it towards, it is the thing of Aiden is probably noticeably more tired after doing it, but he's not going to be injured. Oh wait, unless she actually strikes me with the medallion. What?
She's not going to hit Aiden with it. She just is like seeing what happens.
Noticeably more tired.
She's just
Because, let's see, I lose a total of 2 FP. So, yeah, noticeably more tired, but not anything significant.
Also, if Eirik sees this, he looks very concerned.
She's just going to beat Lori's. I was like, all right, you know what? This is actually going to be a lot more fun than I thought it would be.
Glad you're enjoying this as well.
Enjoy the feeling while you can. It doesn't last.
Thank you, Laura, for memorable quotes.
Wait, has he tried kissing you too?
He's tried several things in the past.
Right, I remember you let him flirt with you because he was buying with you stuff.
Yep.
That is a thing that happened.
It is the thing that happened.
Yep, that is definitely a thing that has happened.
I love this party.
In fact, in all honesty, I'm surprised Kristoff hasn't done it since in order to get a really expensive dinner.
I don't know. Doesn't really care that much about the dinner.
Taran totally does care about the dinner.
Yeah, but Taran's like one of the 2 party members that Aiden wouldn't hit on.
You don't think he's pretty?
You don't think he's pretty?
Have you seen what he is wearing?
Well,
That's how you know he's pretty.
He's wearing shit-stained armor, incorrect.
Yeah.
Yes, but before that.
To be fair, other Taran is asking, yeah, can I get... Yeah, he just wants new clothes. Though he doesn't know if he's in a position to ask for it from the rest of you, so he's just going to keep quiet. And other
Like,
Taran...
if he makes a mention of it when we're in town, Aiden is just going to be like, yeah, sure, and just pay for a new outfit for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens now?
At some point on the way back, Eirik wants to leave a very
So,
clear
are
opening.
you good at catching other thieves?
Sean, can you let...
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Ricky finish?
Yep.
Yep,
Ricky,
sorry.
what are you saying?
On the way back, Eirik is going to leave his coin purse pretty noticeably on the outside of his clothes and see if, despite the fact that he fed Thief Taran, he gets stolen from. This is absolutely a loyalty test.
You're fine.
All right, I like this kid.
Actually, what you do find... Hold on, let me roll.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for, is the roll.
It's fuller than before, isn't it?
It is. You find a second coin purse on your belt, Ira. Clearly marked with the Callahan symbol.
And you are bought clothes.
Keep this for a little bit.
Oh, it's like stealing your parents' credit card.
I'm not going to spend any of it. I just want to see how long it takes for him to notice it's gone.
Well, see, there's also the thing of how long it takes to notice versus gone, to notice that it's gone, but it's on Eirik, and therefore don't care.
I mean, you're going to notice it's gone. Come over to Thief Tower. He's going to be like, I don't have it. And then you'll roll Detect Lies, and he's not lying.
Well, during that time, do I just spot it on Eirik?
I don't think Eirik hides this.
Yeah, because if I spot it on Eirik, I'm not even going to bother asking Thief Taran, because it's on Eirik. It's therefore just as safe as if it was on me.
Aww. That's heartwarming.
If anything, it's
Oh.
It gives.
See, it's heartwarming, and then there's what I put in Fireball.
You
Yep.
put in Fireball.
It gives Aiden a reason to stay.
Thank you, Lore. A+. Perfect.
Aww.
Also, you want to know if I'm good at finding other thieves?
More bandits specifically, but yes.
I mean, what specifically are you looking for?
Well, so the barbarians we've been dealing with have had people stealing from them and taking advantage of them all the time. I would like to catch a few of those criminals
I mean,
to bring back to them.
I mean, I normally don't come this far out into the Badlands. If you were looking for people who are, sneaking through the woods late at night on horseback with dimmed lanterns,
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
that's been happening.
I would like.
That's been happening every few nights for the past couple of weeks.
Right,
Okay,
we're gonna
let's-
look into that too.
Let's look into that too, though. Yes, you're doing a very good. You're already showing very good progress on your work release program.
Work released what now?
I thought
Uh,
Eirik already mentioned the idea of just offering you a job rather than having you imprisoned or
I don't
otherwise
want
suffering.
yours.
I have no desire to join the
Accepted.
guard. I have no desire to join the guard.
Who said
Not your
anything
only
about
option.
necessarily being the guard? The guard's boring.
The
Hey.
guard is boring. Taran's
And-
gonna be like, it's not. It's where warriors go.
And
You're
also,
not-
I'm pretty
Taran,
sure
don't
he's going to be doing way better in investigations.
I can investigate. I can track a bear up a tree.
Not very hard.
What
And
happens?
it gives him a chance to show what areas he excels in over that Taran.
If it's all the same to you, I think I would like
I
to find
believe-
employment away from Golden Boy over here.
Fair enough.
Irik's gonna, when he has a chance and he's out of earshot of our Terran, say, just so you know, we all value your skills over Golden Boy's skills.
I'm actually shocked by that, considering you've already got somebody who's got incredibly sticky fingers with you.
Eirik looks completely confused by this statement.
Wait, shit, I need to roll acute hearing for this. Yes, I heard it!
He says, what do you mean?
Suddenly Anya is just like right there at Taran's other shoulder.
Where did you come from?
Hold on, I need a gift for Anya here.
Just the confused woman thinking about math as all the equations pass by.
Wait. You didn't know you had a thief in your group? Oh, come on.
I'll have you know that our group is full of honest men.
Of
And
course.
Well,
Of course, not the kind of men that would steal silverware that I should have rightly been stealing.
Exactly. What are you on about?
Or the kind of person who would steal a crown from, a horde that I should have clearly gotten to first.
you're the one who's stolen the crown.
And I thought I was a petty bitch.
Let's be honest, we're all incredibly petty.
We're all incredibly petty.
Listen, son, speak directly. You're accusing my traveling companions of theft. There's no use beating around the point.
All I'm saying is I thought you knew he was a thief. That's why I put all of the stolen loot in his room.
Huh.
You see the two brain cells connect behind Irik's eyes.
Look,
And
who has the
Anya.
person that has done everything stealthy in the party, and the person of, hey, we need to steal a ton of shit, was the guy who knew how to steal a ton of shit?
Yeah, Anya just kind of goes,
Never guessed
huh,
that.
and like, alright. Yeah, a couple things are making a lot of sense. Alright.
Irik's gonna turn and give a very accusing look at Kristoff.
So who hasn't had something about them revealed this session?
Hi.
So,
Eric,
so
Eric,
as,
Yeah.
Eric,
as-
Anya,
as my counterpoint, I'm going to walk over to the to Abby and basically go, so, yeah, I told you to keep an eye off at him, in part because he took this off you pretty early on, and I will hand her back the rather nice knife that Taran pulled off of her belt.
Kristoff, this is going to be funny for you. It's already back in her belt. Unless you got it from me.
I know, I got it from you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I stole that off you.
There wasn't no surprise for you, Izzy.
Yeah, that was why I got actual Taran to start pestering Thief Taran about being long lost brothers.
Amazing.
Everyone steals from each other.
Yeah,
Is there any truth to this?
Thief Taran is just going to look at Kristoff and just kind of smile and just like give you like a respectful nod, and you know that that's like, oh, the game's on.
I mean, bitch, you tried to frame me, so the game's been on.
To be fair, you already had stolen most of the stuff. I just wanted to leave it out in the open.
I only really stole the crown and a couple of jewels. And one knife.
I thought you said you'd pillaged most of the silverware.
No. That was all you.
Yeah, like he was eyeing the silverware.
I was absolutely eyeing the silverware. I couldn't be a self-respecting connoisseur
Businessman.
of finery without eyeing it.
This has been a wonderful game of
Yes.
fun things happening. And I think it's a good time to call the session to a close.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Hell, lots of things have been learned this session.
Yes.
I also
Alright. We're gonna start off Kristoff, because I rolled the die and that's what the die said.
So, I learned that our new thief friend is not completely infallible, which is nice. And clearly the game is afoot. Let's see. Well, what else did we learn? We learned that Abby is far more trusting than she should be. Given that if I hadn't stolen that knife, that conversation they were having very well could have been a knife in the back. Yeah.
fair.
I guess I'm gonna get looked at very.
We'll get to you later.
Fair.
Anything else, Dan?
No, I think that's pretty much it for me.
All right. Next, we have Eirik.
So I, as a player, learned that there's a difference between changelings and whatever the heck Aiden is, and that I probably lost the bet. I'm finally giving that up. I know that we learned that a couple sessions ago, but I was holding out hope. Me as a character finally learned that Kristoff is a thieving, no-good rascal, and I have opinions about this.
All right.
It took
Thieving
so
no-
long.
Thieving, yes.
No good rascal who gets you coffee.
Yeah. See.
But Anya can also give him coffee.
Yes.
And she ain't no thieving rascal.
Everyone in this party has problems.
Yeah.
It says something when Thief Taran might be one of the most normal members of the party.
I know.
You're not wrong.
He's not wrong. Anything else, Ricky?
Nope, that's it. I'm sure I
Alright.
learned more things than that, but that was the important one.
Next up is Victor.
So So yeah, thief revelation. Really displeased with this enchanter. We got some word. He's got some splaining to do.
Little bit.
Also, pretty sure that Aiden and Victor are going to be splitting that bet because Homunculus is looking real likely.
Yeah. High five.
High five.
Good show, good show. Bum, bum, bum. It's Taran's turn.
Which one?
You know what, Izzy? I will let you do both because fun things.
So, the Taran everybody is used to learned
Absolutely
nothing.
nothing.
I think what's wrong is he learned he had a brother.
He learned that last session.
No,
No,
he
he
didn't realize it till this session, though.
That's true. It was pointed out to Taran that he has a brother. Potentially more than one brother. That's it. Like, honestly, I'm pretty sure I was Thief Taran more than I was normal Taran tonight.
Oh, you definitely
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thief Taran still hasn't learned Kristoff's name. He's just that other thief. The game is on, and at this point, because you have stolen from him, it's less about trying to one-up you in the friendliest way possible now.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't get a lot of playmates.
This is gonna be a fun couple sessions.
Yeah. You guys are giving him a berth to do stuff and prove that he's useful. That's nice. That's better than what he's ever had before in his life. He's learned in character that, dear God, it's not like he always wondered why he was replaced by the Golden Boy, and now after having, existed alongside of him for however long it's been, just why?
It's a really good question.
Yeah.
I think we should keep him.
Also, source of employment. Good thing. Thief Taran has been made interested in a form of employment. I'm not going to say what that is.
I'm pretty sure we know it's theft.
You'd be
Oh,
surprised.
you can get money from pilfering graves.
Well, that's the other thing you guys might not have realized about him. He takes things, he doesn't keep them.
Yeah, I did notice that, actually. No, I figured that we might be able to set him up with, like, a stable or something. But we'll see.
All right. Sounds good. Next up's Anya.
So it turns out that when Kristoff was talking about acquiring goods, he had an impressively silver tongue glossing over how exactly he did that. Also, her opinion of Aiden, like, there's still some useless idiot in there, but has at least partially, taken a left turn and gone straight into sick kid territory after that whole coughing up blood thing. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And now, oh boy, there's a lot of things to investigate.
Question is, what are we doing first?
Yeah, that's an actually good question. Hey, Aiden.
So, let's see. Definitely me and Victor won that bet. Abby's more willing to play now, so I guess this was only a positive, because this just makes the interactions more amusing. Let's see, what else? Kristoff is a thief, which was kind of suspected after he planned a giant heist.
It would have gone so well if you hadn't fucked it up for me.
Did Aiden fuck up the heist?
I mean,
or was it Taran?
Because
Taran was cursed.
You trust Taran to do something when he was cursed. It is completely your fault.
Let's see. Yeah, there's going to have to be some figuring out how to appease the barbarians, because that's going to become really problematic if it is not dealt with. Damn, having a time limit.
It's a month.
Why doesn't the main plot stop while you're doing side quests, and why don't side quests stop if you decide you want to follow the main plot?
What makes you think this all isn't tied together somehow?
Seeing as how the fact that there is an ongoing thing about the borders getting more and more unstable, and various collapses that could happen as soon as the barbarians on any of the borders attack. And if all of them attack at once, it would probably cause really bad warfare to break out. Yeah, it could all be connected.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the fact that Fae at the borders have also been purposely destabilizing relationship at borders. Yeah, it all might be connected.
Yep.
This could all be main plot.
It's gonna be fun.
I just want to point out we got back on track with the main plot. That if this is in fact all main plot, just because Eirik was trying to kill children.
I was not trying to kill children. I was very specifically trying not to kill children.
That Eirik brutalized children.
I would go fight him, but I have these children to murder. That's a quote.
I mean, we can't hear your excuses over the sounds of dead children.
They're alive.
But are they really?
They're alive, and you were about to apprentice them to someone who you now have to go to question.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we did that, didn't we?
Hey, wait, they're more scared of us than they are of him. We can get them to spy on him.
They were, we don't know if that's still true.
Yeah.
We're the best.
You've been on waiting for our goddamn day.
Actually, here's how you scare the shit out of them. You're like, do you want to be left alone with Taran?
Why can't anything ever go smooth?
Do you want to be left alone with 2 Tarans?
I mean, there was the vote a while back of how much of this is Taran's fault and how much of this is Izzy's fault.
We are just the best foster parents, guys.
I mean, if you want to talk about long term, if long term the entire kingdom collapses and gets built back, not on a nobility kingship system, that might be better long term.
Imagine how production.
Like theoretically, all of our actions are maintaining a dictatorship.
Says the nobleman.
There's a distinct difference between dictatorship and monarchy, but I don't think this is the point to argue.
I do not, as this character, ever take a chance not to play devil's advocate, even if it is for arguing for my back to be the one against the wall of the revolution.
Basically,
making my job really hard.
What you're saying, Aiden, is that we should seize the means of production. And
make your own army of Tarans.
No.
There we go. That's the gift I was looking for.
Yes.
Except it would be in this case, King Arthur is the one that's shouting it for the peasant. He's just shaking around.
Yeah. He's
Hey,
like
Nick.
he's lighting a peasant on fire while yelling, "Come and see the violence inherent in the system."
Anyway,
More.
have we gotten through everyone?
I believe we have.
How many points do we get for the session?
You all have actually finished the plot arc, whether or not you realized it's your 3 points for this session.
Yay!
Nice.
That would be the Taran plot, I assume.
No, we're not done with that.
You may assume that, yes.
No, I think we tied up the Wyvern plot. Or possibly an Abby one.
Things have happened.
Things have
Some
happened?
of you know more about what things have happened than others because, yay.
All right.
And by some of you, you mean Izzy.
I don't only mean Izzy.
That seems like a pretty good cliffhanger to end the recording on.
Why does,
I don't only mean Izzy.
Yes.
why is it just assumed that I know what's going on?
Because we're in your territory right now.
Because there's a disproportional amount of information from what you have and what Taran has. And Taran learns nothing every session.
And,
Yeah.
And
Yeah, there's
because-
definitely... Sorry.
And because this has been Taran plot that we're dealing with.
That is fair. Not all of this has been Taran plot. I didn't write a lot of this.
True.
True.
I will say, a lot of this came from the intersection of two of you writing things to me.
I have my guess.
Which two?
I have my theory as to who the other one is, because it's obvious I'm one of them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's. I guess we'll stop it here. Have a good night, Internet.
Bye, Internet.
Internet.
Bye,
Session
Internet.
12!